After spending his entire 13-year career, including 3 championships in Miami, Dwayne Wade left South Florida in a stunner of a move, landing with his hometown Chicago Bulls. Steve Ashburner talked with Wade about making himself at home.
I'm like the new kid in class. You know, I feel like my kids probably feeling going to a new school. You know, you're trying to find, you know, your place. But because basketball hasn't started yet. When you get on that court, it's basketball. And you get out of it and you do what you have to do as a leader. But right now, I feel like the new kid around here, man.
I don't think the individual stuff means too much to me. I still want to win a championship. I still want to win as a team. So, you know, I'm not going to, you know, halt on getting better because I think that's what made me who I am, all the hard work, all of that good stuff. But the individual stuff, it sounds fine and dandy, but I think winning is more than anything that I could ever want individually.
You know, all egos have to go out the window. And with my experience in Boston, being able to sit back and witness the big three come together, I feel like it was purposely meant to be. And now me dealing with the situation that we're in now, a lot of people expect us 3 alphas to not mesh so well, and I completely laugh at it.
You know, my leadership obviously is very important for this team. My experience, you know, of playing, you know, in the NBA 13 years, been in 5 finals along the way, and so forth and so on. But, you know, from the standpoint of, you know, my play, I've always been a guy who always try to help make his teammates better on the court. And, you know, I've been lucky enough to be around for a while where I can still put the ball in the basket as well. You know, just like last year, just coming out looking to have a successful season. And for me, a successful season is staying injury-free and winning ball games. You know, everything else take care of itself.
Let's get into the winning part in just a moment, but I want to ask you about the particular challenges of a player headed back home, particularly a player of Dwayne Wade's ilk who's done everything in this league and comes back to his hometown with the expectation that suddenly he's going to lift this team up.
Yeah, Matt, it's interesting. Dwight Howard has some of these same things in front of him returning to Atlanta, but for Dwayne Wade, I think what happens to you is you start comparing every little thing that happens to you on a daily basis to where it is that you just came from. How it is to drive to practice, how it is to get to the game, how it is that the coach talks to you, how it is that the assistant coaches prepare a game plan, how it is that the locker room set up. I mean, all of these things take so long to get used to, and then the addition of Dwayne Wade returning to Chicago, also Dwayne Wade being very outspoken about how much he wants to impact his city and make changes around there. So it's already going beyond basketball for Dwayne Wade back in Chicago. But this team really needs him to step up. They don't need him to defer. They need him to go back to scoring a lot of points and keeping them competitive. So it's going to be very interesting in the first month for Fred Hoiberg to tap into all those things with Dwayne Wade having all these other things going on before he gets started in Chicago.
And just in terms of the basketball stuff, how good is the fit, Rondo, Wade, Jimmy Butler?
Well, it's totally a fit that you're looking at it on paper and say they're all good guys, they're all defenders, but none of these guys are excellent shooters, catch and shoot guys. And I think the one thing I look at it for them is a lot of times when you have a new team, you have a vet that's been there. And I think that's Taj Gibson. Jimmy Butler's been there, but he hasn't been there, I think, long enough to be able to say this is how we do things. Because Thibodeau is not there. That's how they used to do things. So Fred Hoiberg has been trying to find out how they do things. They have a work in progress. I like what they've done, but I think it's going to take a lot of time.
No continuity at all there
Not
right now, obviously. How much sense does this roster make?
It makes sense if Freddie comes in and puts his stamp on his team. Kind of what Smith is saying. It's not about how they used to play. It's how we're going to play under Freddie. He's the coach. So he's got to come in, and when you got strong veterans, Rondo got his own way of doing things. Dwayne Wade won 3 championships. These guys have strong personalities. Freddie's going to have to come in and say, look, guys, you're not in Boston, you're not in Sacramento, you're not in Miami. This is how the new Chicago Bulls under my tenure is going to look. This is how we're going to play. This is our offensive system, our defensive system. And then you got to put that stuff in, and you got to hold people's feet to the fire and hold them accountable. And you got to, so to speak, earn your respect from these veteran players who've won championships. He's got to put his foot down and put his stamp on his team and stop talking about the past and what they used to do. This is Freddie's team now. This is not Tom's team. This is not when Jordan and Phil Jackson were there. This is a new regime, and he's got to make sure that everybody understands that and put his system in on both ends of the court.
Man, you totally skipped over Coach Floyd's time there, which I'm very upset about that.
He's got to get floor spacing, too, as well. And Smitty mentioned the shooting
I know,
issues.
but it's the shooting, man.
Rondo, Wade, Butler among wing players who played big
You better play fast.
All in the bottom 15 in terms of threes made over the course of the season. Not a one of them is a three-point shooter.
Who needs a three-point?